Okay, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing well. So we'll take a few minutes to get settled in and give everybody time to join. Everybody who wants to be here or who is able to be here this time. I think today we're going to do an interesting practice. Well, actually, every practice is interesting. Doesn't matter what we do. So. Okay, so today let's start with a little bit of chanting. And then we will listen to some Zen Buddhist teachings, some reading. and then we will meditate together. Okay, we can all bring our hands together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so we can all listen closely and deeply, and I hope this text can inspire some heart mind, some Zen mind, and some widening out and broadening out of your self-fixation, right? This, my body, my experience, my life, but to broaden out the mind and the heart. Okay. This is from Zen master Yuan Wu. Everyone is adequate. Every individual is complete. Just seek in yourself. Don't seek from others. Why? Seeking from others pertains to another. If you abandon yourself to follow another, you are far from the way. You need to realize that there is something in yourself that illumines all time, like 10 suns shining together. It is just that false ideas of time immemorial, are dense and thick, clouding and blocking your own mind. When you look back, there is boundless darkness. But when it comes to the various sounds and forms of worldly cognition and perception, the moment they appear before you, they are all clearly comprehended. Isn't this turning away from awareness to objects of sense, seeking from others, and being unable to reverse attention? Now about the expedients expressed by the countless words of Buddhas and masters since ancient times. What do they clarify? It is just that you contrive intellectual brilliance and make judgments and comparisons affected by the opinions, thoughts, and conceptual assessments you produce. Having confused your original self, you set up subject and object, manifestation and knowledge, affirmation and negation. All mixed up, you cannot get free. That is why the masters and Buddhas appear in the world, just to teach you to stop opinions and clear them all away. This is a very direct and very clear, very sharp teaching, but no one is understanding it clearly. Very few people, right? This is what the difference between a Buddha or a master and a normal person. It's very, very clear, very direct, very simply explained, but we We are not easy to follow it, which is also explained. You need to realize that there is something in yourself that illumines all time, like 10 suns shining together. It is just that false ideas of time immemorial are dense and thick, clouding and blocking your own mind. When you look back, there is boundless darkness. When we look to our self-referential thinking or our self-fixated thinking, there is boundless darkness. There is no answer to your problem. There is no solution to being sleepy. You just get up. Sleepy is empty. So when you look back, when you're looking in this way, boundless darkness. But when it comes to the various present moment sounds and forms of worldly cognition and perception, the moment they appear before you, they are all clearly comprehended, seen through. Not someone seeing it, not someone who is sleepy, but just seeing. Just sleepiness. We don't need to be bound by that. 10 suns are not bound by the clouds in the sky. Now, isn't this turning away from awareness, the awareness nature of the mind, okay, the undiluted, pure awareness of the present moment experience? Isn't this turning away from awareness to objects of sense, actually seeking from others and being unable to reverse attention or to turn the mind around? Okay, to turn the mind that is looking outward to people and places and past and future and preferences to see itself, to awareness itself. Now, about the expedients expressed by the countless words of Buddhas and masters since ancient times, what do they clarify? So about the teachings and the words and the guidances and the practices of enlightened beings and gurus and Buddhas and great masters, okay, male or female, or non-binary masters, okay, people who see their true nature. What's all these words that they are saying? Okay, what do these teachings clarify? It is just that you contrive intellectual brilliance. So we have a faith in our intellectual faculty, our thinking, our cognitive mind, our picking and choosing mind. It is just that you contrive intellectual brilliance and make judgments and comparisons affected by the opinions, thoughts, and conceptual assessments you produce. Okay, we are contriving intellectual brilliance or a place of false authority, false truth, intellectual truth. We are kind of contriving that intellectual brilliance, and we are making judgments and comparisons affected by the opinions, thoughts, and conceptual assessments that we are producing. Judgments and comparisons, which are based on the opinions, thoughts, and conceptual assessments that we are producing. Having confused your original self, having confused the true nature of your mind, the true nature of awareness itself, you set up subject and object, me and you, good and bad, past and future, like and dislike, subject and object, organism and environment, making it up. Having confused your original self, you set up subject and object, manifestation and knowledge, affirmation and negation. All mixed up, you cannot get free. That is why the masters and Buddhas appear in the world, just to teach you to stop opinions and clear them all away. Stop opinions, clear them all away. So who are we without any opinions? We are who we already are. The sun shining that does not look to the clouds for advice. Awareness itself. Now tell me, how do you stop? How do you stop your opinions and your nonsense, your delusions? Okay, how do you stop? Now tell me, how do you stop? Directly be as if letting go off a precipice, giving up your life, giving up perception and cognition, giving up awakening, enlightenment, thusness, and liberation. Whether pure or defiled, give it up all at once, making yourself clean and naked, bare and untrammeled, unbothered. Then you will spontaneously understand 1,000 on hearing one. Directly taking up responsibility from this, you come back to observe the operations of the Buddhas and masters. They are none other, no different from your own self. Even in a bustling city, the transactions of the people, even the sighing of the wind and the chatter of birds are not separate from yourself. Okay. Now this points to certainly a state of interbeing and a kumbaya, we are all one kind of thing, right? But it also is a fundamental perspective shift about you, so that the sighing of the wind is you, none other than you. So why do you need to carry around all this baggage, or why do I need to carry around all this baggage and self-importance and identity and stories and worries and involvements and opinions, right? When I am no other than the sighing of the wind. I am no other than the children playing outside. So why am I wasting all this time on my opinions and preferences and judgments and cognitive thinking? This importance that I'm giving to my intelligence, it's all not worthwhile. But to know this and to experience this, right, to reach this place and to develop a relationship with this place, it's not going to Mindfulness 101 or going to the yoga studio. Okay, that's not what Master Yuan Wu is saying here. Master Yuan Wu is saying, now tell me, how do you stop? How do you stop opinions and clear them all away? How do you do it? Directly be as if letting go off a precipice, giving up your life, letting go off a cliff, standing at the edge and letting go. That's different. That's changing our life. That's not trying to get healthy or improve the state of our mind or deal with our anxiety or deal with our depression. That's letting go off a precipice. This is how we stop opinions. We don't need to wait for the stroke to do this. You don't need to wait for the death of a loved one or financial crisis or something like that. Directly be as if letting go off a precipice, giving up your life, giving up perception and cognition. Okay, giving up your perception, offering out, broadening out, widening out your self-fixated perception. Give it up. That's not to reject it, but it's to let go. Okay, letting go off a cliff, you're it's a willingness, it's a release, it's a freedom. It's not pushing off the cliff. It's not rejecting anything, right? We're not talking about harming ourselves or running away from something, but it is to abandon. Directly be as if letting go off a precipice, giving up your life, giving up perception and cognition, the machinations of the mind, giving up bodhi, giving up nirvana, giving up thusness and liberation. Okay, so also giving up these ideals of enlightenment and this special experience and changing, giving this up too. Being a monk or Buddhism, you have a stroke, your robes aren't gonna, this isn't Dr. Strange's cloak. I don't know if anybody here gets that reference, but it's just a piece of fabric. And bodhi, nirvana, thusness, liberation, it's all to be discarded. It's all to be abandoned, okay? Whether pure or defiled, give it up all at once, making yourself clean and naked, bare and untrammeled, not deprived of freedom, bare and not deprived of freedom. Then you will spontaneously understand 1,000 on hearing one. You will understand everything by hearing the wind in the trees, or a Dharma teaching, or a simple encouragement. You will understand everything, everyone. Directly taking up responsibility from this, okay, so this letting go, this real letting go is a place of responsibility, letting go off a precipice. Directly taking up responsibility from this, you come back to observe the operations of the Buddhas and the masters. They are none other, no different from your own self. Even in a bustling city, the transactions of the people, even the sighing of the wind and the chatter of birds are not separate from yourself. And so this is a different kind of self. This is not our normal self, because our normal self is closed in, it is isolated, it does not widen out. We hear the children playing outside, but we judge or we make opinion or we have cognition or something to intellect. That's you. That's yourself. The birds, the nature, this is yourself. So it's a place of awe. It's a place of wonder. It's a place of letting go off the precipice and widening out this experience. Blessing out, right? We use this body to bless everything. After that, Buddhas and normal beings are one. Afflictions and enlightenment are one. Mind and objects are one. Light and darkness are one. Positive and negative are one. The thousand differences and myriad distinctions are all one. Then you can churn the Nile River into butter, transmute the whole earth into gold. All becomes one, yet even the one is not established. Even the one is not fixed, is not established, not brought up. After that, walking is walking, sitting is sitting, wearing clothes is wearing clothes, eating meals is eating meals. You are like a clear mirror on a stand. When a foreigner comes, a foreigner is reflected. When a native comes, a native is reflected. Wherever you are without calculation. Therefore, myriad circumstances may suddenly come upon you, yet they do not disturb your spirit. 1,000 difficulties may variously confront you, but they don't affect your thought. Can this be assessed by crude and shallow worldly knowledge and perception? This is an extremely subtle condition. Students of the way may concentrate single-mindedly for 10 or 20 years and still not get through to it, while some may understand it as soon as they hear of it. And there may be those who realize it on their own without a teacher. If one cannot understand oneself right away, that still cannot obstruct anyone else. Everywhere is the same congregation. Everyone studies non-contrivance. This is the place for selecting Buddhas. Mind empty, they return successful. Okay, let's practice meditation together. So I'd like to try, everyone, at this time, a interesting practice coming from interestingly enough, a Thai Buddhist monk, a real master, meditation master, who is very Zen oriented, Zen focused, and this is one of the main practices that he is teaching. It's a temple I go. I hope to go to in Thailand soon, and I thought we can share this practice together at the end of our meditation. So hopefully everyone can see this on their screen, and we won't do all of this whole document, but we can try a little bit and get some of the idea about it. So, good fortune and blessedness are blocked by karma, and can have it at the end here. This karma definition as any mental, verbal, or physical action or its consequence. Okay. So good fortune and blessedness are blocked by karma, any mental, physical action and its consequence. Asking for forgiveness eases the difficulties which obstruct one from shining brightly in Satya Dharma. I'm not exactly sure what Satya Dharma is, but let's just say it's something good that makes sense and leave it at that. And relieves life's problems resulting from past and present karma. Maybe shining brightly in the realm of the truth, Satya Dharma, maybe something like that. So asking for forgiveness, oh my goodness, Avi. Asking for forgiveness can help us to relieve our life's problems. It can be performed at any convenient time and place, and one may start with one or two topics at a time with those relevant to their karma. So this document, of course, as anything that I have is here to be shared, but I'm not a mailman, so you'll have to give me your address if you want it. I have to follow up. Okay, so let's follow this formula, and this is a formula in the Buddhist mind sphere, mind space. So let's ask for forgiveness. We can first take 3 bows. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. May Buddhas, Maha-Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Pratyeka Buddhas, Maha-Bodhisattvas, Arahats, Maha-Arahats, noble ones, grand masters, and great gurus preside over our request for forgiveness. We ask forgiveness for, let's see. Okay. So we ask forgiveness for, and at this point, everyone, you can repeat after me. We ask forgiveness for karma for having to expected to gain mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, insight, power, supernatural power, grandeur, or even nirvana. Okay. We humbly ask for forgiveness for the karma for having expected to gain mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, insight, power, supernatural power, grandeur, or even nirvana. Such expectations cause us to persist in body and mind training in different methods and ways. And eventually, these expectations become desires for, delusions of, and attachments to Dharma. We can repeat this section, okay? Repeat that one. This is karma that interferes with Dharma and with the natural functioning of our bodies and minds. This interference may last for many lifetimes or many Buddha's times and may lead others to have similar expectations, desires, and attachments. Oops. Consequently, we are together fixated on our bodies and minds. Such fixations, such fixation is not Satya Dharma, not leaving everything as it is and not nirvana. This creates karma and karmic results for all worldly beings in different forms of existence and in every special zone for karmic payback. Okay, so can repeat after me. I and those related to me would like to surrender and remove whatever we still hold on to, all attachments and obligations to persons, to beings, to possessions, to living places, to the four basic necessities of life, or to any other things. We hold on to these things because we have longed for them, desired them, or set out for them for a few seconds, a few days, a few years, a whole lifetime, or many lifetimes. Such desires and expectations eventually become clingings, cravings, and attachments. This is not Satya Dharma, non-attaching as it is. This is not Buddha's teachings. This does not bless all the worldly beings boundlessly and unconditionally, like Mahaparami. This makes us focus only on ourselves and all the things we are attached to. Oops. We would like to declare the removal and cancellation of our attachments to and expectations of everything whatsoever, whether worldly or spiritual, forbidden persons, forbidden things, forbidden treasures, our and others' bodies and minds, our senses of sight, taste, smell, sound, and touch, our sensual emotions, our thoughts and feelings, our way of living, all attachments and everything. We would like to renounce and revoke any binding agreement, commitment, wish, promise, plea, curse, vow, feud, spite, hatred, vengefulness, cherishment, concern, love, binding, and attachment towards any things, whether they are lands, countries, world, samsara, other beings, or ourselves. These limit and narrow us. They burden and prevent us from being in accordance with the truth, and from being boundless and unconditional in blessing all beings in all worlds and samsara, this world of illusion. We would like to declare the removal and cancellation of any bribery or wish that we have made about any matter to any place, person, spirit, holy deity, divine being, benefactor, noble ones, the grace of the triple gem, or Mahaparami, which is just like our greatest virtues, our greatest goodness. Such karma has bound and obligated our hearts and has caused us to be unconditionally indebted from the past to the present, and will surely carry on into the future. We would like to renounce and cancel all desires for and obsessions with great blessed fortunes, fortune, grace, merit, or might. May we renounce and revoke all desires to practice our bodies and minds, to know or to learn, to have certain fixed states of mind, to obtain mindfulness, concentration, or wisdom, to gain power, supernatural power or authority, or to attain nirvana or enlightenment. Such desires are all worldly matters. They make us want something from Dharma. They make us narrow, limited, and uneasy when we are among other beings. May we renounce and revoke all desires for and obsessions with Dharma or virtues, which have become endless attachments to goodness and created new karma. We would like to renounce and revoke all desires for the results of our merits. Those desires have caused us to be trapped in enjoying such results and making us not open to fellow beings. Such are worldly behaviors of worldly beings. We would like to renounce and revoke desires for and obsessions with wisdom, intelligence, or quickness of the mind. These are worldly feelings which do not end. Misusing them will only create karma. We would like to renounce and revoke the desires for and obsessions with kindness or morals. These are all worldly behaviors which cause us to linger among ourselves, our families, and our followers. Such desires and obsessions create new karma that holds us back from the truth. May we renounce and revoke our expectations for many followers. May we renounce and revoke our expectations to associate with those who can get along with us, or anyone who has the same karmic characteristics, likes, and dislikes as us. These expectations make us narrow and focus only on ourselves. They lead to new karma, cause differences and separations, and do not bless worldly beings in samsara in a boundless and unconditional way. We would like to renounce and revoke all expectations of Mahaparami. These expectations are the causes of new karma, the cause of possessiveness, separation, obstruction, quarreling, and not wanting others to be as fortunate as we are. Such is very serious karma which blocks us from the truth and sends us to the lower and darker worlds, including hell. We would like to renounce and revoke our intention to attach to desire to get, or expectation to have anything at all or anything. May all be vanished into Satya Dharma, non-attachment, great emptiness, void as it is, liberated by its nature, ever boundless, ever unconditional, neither attaching nor detaching, and neither beginning nor ending, forever and ever. At this time, we can say together, sadhu 3 times, all right? And we are all invited to unmute our microphones. We can maybe hear each other a little bit and all do sadhu together. Okay, deep breath in. Sadhu. 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 Okay, my friends, good luck. Be well. See you again soon. Or not.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
See you soon.
you.